What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Sounds of the Monorail podcast. My name's Kyle Paxton. Casting alongside me is my twin brother, Derek Paxton.
Hey, what's up?
You know, today's a good day. I am excited to talk about all this stuff. We got news to cover. We're going to be talking about Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, Very Merry Christmas Party, and Marvel just dumped like a ton of news, like announced a billion projects, and we have to cover each one of them. So we'll see how this goes.
Yeah, definitely. I think with all this news about Marvel and stuff, I mean, it's this whole like, and I've been saying this for a while, but this whole idea of superhero movie burnout thing, like I feel like it's not happening. The thing with burnout, it only happens with bad movies, which Marvel hasn't had a bad movie probably since Thor 2. Like, would you agree?
Yeah, I think each Marvel movie like has its place and has its audience, you know?
Yeah.
So it's hard.
I feel like as soon as there's one bad Marvel movie, as soon as there's one slip up, you're going to see so many articles being like, is Marvel dead? Like, is superhero burnout here? You know, things like that. But we're not seeing that with the ticket sales because people just like good movies and they're making good movies. So.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's like the major difference between like Star Wars burnout and like superhero burnout is that like there are superhero or Marvel movies, they're different like
So
every
different.
time.
Right.
Like you can watch Ant-Man and you have your like thieving,
your buddy comedy, like
buddy comedy, and then you have, you know, Endgame, which is like this drama action like crazy movie.
Guardians of the Galaxy, you have your space opera. Like,
yeah, like
we're getting our first, I guess we'll get into it later, but we're getting our first Marvel horror movie here pretty soon.
They're just different every time, and they find their audience wherever it's at, and I think it's generally enjoyable by anyone. Like, even if it's not your favorite type of movie, they're generally like you can enjoy it.
Yeah.
But, you know, before we get like too deep into it, even before we get into the news, I needed to talk to you about something because a couple weeks ago we talked about the refurbished buses that are now showing like the sensational sex on them or whatever. Have you seen any of them?
I still haven't.
Okay, I've been seeing them all over the place now.
Oh, okay.
Like today driving over here, I saw that's all I saw.
Oh, okay.
Was the refurbished buses, and I saw the Daisy bus, and it is super ugly.
Really? Oh my gosh.
I thought it was super ugly. I thought the colors were okay. This is what I thought when I saw it. If you walk into Toys R Us, except it's not Toys R Us, it's Baby R Us, and you just look at any of the aisles, that's what it looks like to me. They're just like the toddler colors, like the washed out purple and blue and stuff like that.
Yeah,
that's what the Daisy bus looked like. I don't know. I thought it was ugly, and it just reminded me of you, so I had to say something about it.
That's funny.
But yeah. Anyway, we can get into the news.
Yeah,
I just had to mention that.
No, I appreciate it. You want to start out with the Disneyland, I mean?
Yeah. Oh, I did want to say too, if we do, this is basically just going to be full of news. If we get through it fast enough, we might go into our top 5 underrated attractions. We're not sure yet. So
yeah.
We'll see. We're going to measure the time.
If we don't get to it, we'll save that for next week.
Yeah. We don't want to make this like a 2-hour long podcast if it doesn't need to be. So
yeah.
But I figure we can jump into Disneyland first. So Disneyland had its holiday details announced November 8th through January 6th. You're going to have a bunch of like updates for this park, for both parks actually. So in Disneyland, you're going to have an updated Sleeping Beauty Castle, going to have snow on it and all that jazz.
It's just a temporary thing, the update. It's just for the season?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay,
it's just like what Magic Kingdom does with the
Sure.
thing.
Okay. Cool.
You're going to have a returning fireworks spectacular and Believe in the Holiday Magic. I've never seen it, so I don't know what it is.
Can we appreciate the names Disney gives all of their shows and fireworks shows? Like, I like the Believe ... in Holiday Magic.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Then we have a returning parade in A Christmas Fantasy.
Okay.
Which,
That one's kind of week.
Yeah.
Never mind.
It's pretty standard.
Yeah. That was like a Hallmark movie title.
Yeah. Christmas Fantasy. Yeah.
Okay.
Or like a Netflix original movie.
Exactly.
Like, and then, of course, you're going to have your Small World and Haunted Mansion overlays. Pretty typical for Disneyland. But pretty awesome. I haven't been to the Small World thing, but
Yeah.
apparently it's like blows your mind. So
That's cool. I appreciate that they do those layovers in Disneyland. I wish we got them in Disney World, but I understand why we don't. So
yeah, like it seems like Disney World's starting to do something else. You know, they're starting to do like their Pirates and Space Mountain stuff.
Yeah.
Whereas like Disneyland has the Small World and Haunted Mansion overlays, which are much more
extravagant.
big than what we get. But what we get is cool too.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what's happening in Disneyland. I wish I could like touch on it more, like talk about which like the parade and the fireworks, but I've never seen them, so I don't really know much about them.
You're pretty much carrying any conversation about Disneyland because I'm more of a Disney World guy. I haven't gone to Disneyland nearly as much, so I don't get as excited about the idea of Disneyland changes. I mean, I can, but I don't know much about their shows or their fireworks or anything like that.
Yeah, it's like I didn't go research them, so it's like pretty much just what I get from the news articles. But in California Adventure, we got World of Color, Season of Light, which is just a brand new World of Color, I guess, celebrating the holiday. Same water, projections, lasers, fire. World of Color. And then you also have Festival of Holidays, which it sounds, again, I don't know a lot about it, but like it sounds very much like it's just kind of like a festival, like
kind of like Epcot's
like food
festival.
like food and wine, or the arts festival.
Because California Adventure kind of gets into festivals too. That's where they have food and wine over in California, so maybe they're trying to branch out. And do they do any other festivals like food and wine, or
they do food and wine?
Well, sorry, I know they do food and wine. Do they do anything else? Because like Epcot has like 6 different like festivals.
I don't think they're as crazy as Epcot
so
is.
Maybe they're trying to get into it. Like that'd be a good idea. Like I mean, Epcot makes bank off of those festivals, like the amount of crowds it pulls. So
that's true.
I'm surprised something like that hasn't happened already for California Adventure.
Yeah. I mean, maybe it has, but I'm, as far as I'm aware, it's just food and wine.
Okay.
But the festival of holidays, it says here, it's sights, sounds, and taste of Christmas / Navidad, Hanukkah, Diwali, Kwanzaa, and Three Kings Day for January 3rd through the 6th. So, yeah. Sounds like a festival.
Yeah.
Sounds fun. And then California Adventure also has 2 attraction overlays in Luigi's Joy to the Whirl.
That's cute.
And Mater's Jingle Jamboree. So I'm pretty sure these are returning. I'm pretty sure Mater's Jingle Jamboree at least did. Luigi's might be new, but I feel like I've heard that before. So I think these are both just returning overlays for Disneyland. So it seems pretty typical. A lot of returning things for them, and
Gotcha.
Should be fun though. And that's all we got for Disneyland news. I feel so bad.
Disneyland.
I feel like I just
we
breezed over Disneyland, but
we both live in Orlando, so it's a little easier to focus on Disney World.
yeah, for sure. But that's the news for Disneyland. So now we're gonna go to Disney World.
Mm-hmm.
Skyliner opens September 29th.
You excited for it?
That's actually way later than I thought it was going to open.
Yeah, I agree.
So I'm actually like a little bummed out about it.
I was going to guess August.
I thought it was going to open with Galaxy's Edge.
Yeah,
I just thought
we
that
have talked about that before. That is, you think they would have done that? That's like a full month and then some after Galaxy's Edge.
Yeah, it's quite a while.
They must have run into something. I bet they're planning to open it with Galaxy's Edge.
Well, it was just so crazy because I'm sitting here thinking that we're gonna be able to ride the Skyliner beforehand. Like they're gonna do pre-rides. You know what I mean? But no, we're getting it September 29th, which is way later. But I'm excited for it. I would have thought they would want it to transport crowds in and out of Galaxy's Edge. Yeah, I don't know. They must have run into something, but it just seemed like they're moving around. They revealed them all. So yeah, I really thought they were coming pretty quick here.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, September 29th's not that far away, but
it's pretty soon. It's just we've seen them moving several times. Like, it's kind of surprising. I'm very curious what they ran into.
Yeah, I have no idea, but who knows?
Yeah.
So that's cool. Skyliner, I'm excited for you. So you can come sooner. I hope there's like some like pre-rides you can do. I don't know how like often I'm gonna use it because it's a little scary.
Yeah, and we never have any use for it either.
That's true.
So
that's true. That's a good point. But it sounds like it's gonna be nice. So here's hoping.
Yeah.
So now we're going to go into Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. Mm-hmm. Lots of updates here.
Which it needed some, because I love the Halloween Party, but it's been the same for like a couple of years now.
Yeah, I haven't been
not just a couple, like a lot of years.
Yeah, I haven't been to this one since 2015. I think.
Really?
So,
okay. Yeah, I've been quite a bit then. So, quite a bit more than you then.
Yeah.
So, okay. Yeah, I mean, I love the Halloween parties, but like after your like 4th year of going, you kind of hit this point where you're just like, why am I coming every year? Because it's expensive, And it's like the same thing every year. So it's exciting to see that they're finally trying to throw new stuff at the wall. And it all sounds really cool. The parade, for the most part, is it's the same parade, but they're adding a lot of new characters.
Yeah.
Like the Haunted Mansion float is going to have the bride now, right? Is she going to be on the float, or is she just going to be walking around like with the gravediggers or something?
I'm assuming she's going to be on the float. That's what I thought when I was reading it. But yeah, let me just go through all these changes to this parade.
Okay.
Because I haven't
go through the bulleted points
written out here. I tried to condense it a little bit, but
yeah.
So basically the parade's going to open with your favorite Disney friends, Mickey Mouse, Minnie, and all those guys. And they're all going to be in their new Halloween costumes. Now, I don't know if like all new Halloween costumes mean like it's a new Halloween costume or it's just like new compared to like what they normally wear.
Yeah, like are they in completely different outfits or if they're just updated? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, like is the Halloween costume from last year, are they just wearing that costume for this year? Or is it like an updated Halloween costume?
Yeah, I wouldn't know.
It just says all new Halloween costumes. So
that'd be awesome if they're just new costumes.
I'm going to assume it's new costumes, but yeah, who knows? And then it says the Haunted Mansion unit features Hitchhiking Ghost and a new addition, the Spectral Bride, who glides among the waltzing spirits. So, okay, that kind of makes it sound like she's going to be on the ground a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe she's walking along the float, I guess. Are they using the same, they say, who glides among the waltzing spirits? Are they giving her the same technology that the 3 good fairies have in the Festival of Fantasy parade, where they're on those like little hoverboards underneath their skirts? You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah.
Like maybe she's just gonna look like she's floating on this like.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. I could see that.
That'd be kind of cool.
That would be cool. Yeah, I'd subscribe to that.
Me too.
And then it says a new Tomorrowland unit brings the Incredibles and designer extraordinaire Edna Mode to Mickey's Boo to You Halloween Parade, followed by Buzz Lightyear and alien explorers discovering crystalline treasures on the surface of a planetary playset float.
It's always a good day when our news stuff has the words Buzz Lightyear in it. Gotta get excited.
Right.
My boy. I'm super stoked. Buzz Lightyear is my favorite, so I'm excited to see that he's getting his own float.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so when I read this, I'm like, what does this have to do with Halloween?
Oh, it's whatever.
You know what I mean? Like, I mean, like the Haunted Mansion, I get the Halloween costumes for the sensational six.
I could see Edna Mode going the costume route. She designs costumes, so maybe they're kind of going this like that direction. Buzz Lightyear, I have no idea.
Yeah.
That is kind of weird.
Discovering crystalline treasures on the surface of a planetary place. I mean, it's fine. I'm down, but I guess I just need to see it.
Yeah.
Because, like, to me, when I read that, I'm like, this is like a weird like turn. All of a sudden, we're not in a Halloween float, but maybe it's super cool.
I feel like
looking
half
in
the
person.
floats in the Halloween parade don't really make sense. I mean I love all of them, but like the cowboy float with the
That's true.
with the chicken, like that. Well, that doesn't have much to do with Halloween. What was the other one? Oh, pirates. I mean, guess kids can dress up as pirates for Halloween, but nothing about pirates is inherently Halloween like, you know. But I love both of those floats. They're two of my favorites.
Yeah, I mean, I guess maybe that's just the joy of Halloween, as it can be anything.
Yeah.
It's just like...
Here's for all the people that dress up like spacemen. Here's all the people that dress up like cowboys.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I guess that makes sense if you think about it, because like maybe they're like, we have, you know, a pirates float for like Adventureland. We have a cowboy float for Frontierland. We don't really have anything representing Tomorrowland. Right?
That's true.
So maybe that's the direction they're going.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess the article does make it sound like that too. Like, they specifically say Tomorrowland, Adventureland for pirates, Frontierland for Clarabelle Cow, and whatnot. So yeah, I guess that's just the direction they're going. Wreck-It Ralph and Vanellope von Schweetz and the girls from Sugar Rush are returning. At least I'm pretty sure they were there when
they've been there. I do like that float, or the is that the one where I might be mixing up the Christmas one, which is the one where she drives in her car. Is that the
I haven't
Christmas
seen
parade?
that one. I don't think.
Okay,
must be the Christmas one.
I think the Christmas parade she drives in her car. For this one, I can't remember. I might be mixing that up.
This one, if I remember right, it's like Wreck-It Ralph's like in a tub of candy or something.
Is it a tub of candy?
Yeah.
Man, maybe it's been too long since I've seen it. I don't know.
Maybe I'm misremembering. It's been 4 years.
It's tough. Like, I just have bad memories. So.
But, I mean, Wreck-It Ralph and Vanellope von Schweetz, that makes sense.
Yeah. It totally makes sense.
Yeah. Pirates sail in from Adventureland. Yep. Got the pirates. And then we got Clarabelle Cow host a square dance. I think that's always been there, right?
Yep. And the Disney villains reign over Fantasyland-inspired grand finale, which that has always been there too, unless if they're adding villains.
Okay, cool.
Which I don't believe they are. It hasn't said anything. Excuse me.
Okay, so that's Boo to You. Sounds cool. I mean, Boo to You is always fun, so excited to see that. And then we got Disney's Not So Spooky Spectacular, which is a brand new nighttime extravaganza with the host of Jack Skellington. This says here it has state-of-the-art projection effects, lasers, lighting, fireworks, and Jack comes to tell a not-so-scary story about how anything can happen on Halloween night.
In other words, Disney is cheaping out on fireworks and going towards projections again.
Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely the way things are going.
I love the Halloween fireworks. I'm really sad they're going away. I'm not super upset about it because, like, I mean, I think not everything needs to last forever. I think it's good that they update things, but at the same time, I hate it when they update these things and just make them like wishes to Happily Ever After. I like Happily Ever After, but I hate the projections. Like, I don't like the projections and fireworks at the same time. It just screams we're trying to save money, like, by not buying as many fireworks, and that's what they're doing here. Because, I mean, the Halloween fireworks, especially, like, they're always, like, have huge finales and everything. Like, this one's probably not gonna have a huge finale. It's going to be a projection show more than a fireworks show, and that makes me sad.
Yeah, probably. I would imagine so.
Yeah,
I think that's just the way they're going with all the fireworks. Yeah. You know,
they're just cheaping out. They have more money than they ever had before, but budget cuts.
I mean, even like the new Epcot fireworks show or nighttime spectacular. I am excited for that one because they're gonna have like kites and drones, and that all sounds innovative and new. I mean, and the projections were like innovative and new at a time. Now we've seen them all the time. So
Right.
it's like, we want something new.
Yeah, exactly.
So hopefully they do some cool stuff with this. But yeah, it definitely sounds pretty normal. Let's see. And then we have basically the story is that Mickey, Donald, and Goofy and Minnie find themselves in a mysterious haunted house, and their journey takes them from one room to another, encountering dancing skeletons, waltzing ghosts, and a whole series of troublemaking villains.
So the story is being played on the castle then? Is that what
I
this
don't
is?
think so. I think it's on the stage.
Oh, this is the stage show. Is this not the fireworks?
Yeah,
Or
I
is
think
this different. Maybe I'm mixing them up.
Let me see.
Because I thought this was all one fireworks show. So if there's a stage show, then that still doesn't really make sense. I'm curious how they're going to do that. Be stuck in a house on the castle stage.
Yeah, I think this is the stage show.
Okay,
It must be. Yeah, that's interesting.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it must be the stage show.
Okay.
And then the Halloween, the fireworks must just be the same as they always are.
I was going to say, I kind of got excited with the idea of them telling a story on projections on the castle, because that's something they've never done before.
Yeah, that could be what it is, but...
Yeah, maybe we should double check that here later. But yeah, I got excited because I was like, man, that would be cool. That'd be different, telling a story on the castle, because historically it's always been like, here's a scene from Hercules and here's a scene from Tarzan. Like they don't really tell a cohesive story. It's just like random shots and music.
Yeah.
So like I read that and I was like, oh man, so if they're actually going to tell like a cohesive plot on the castle with fireworks, maybe that's a good enough idea to replace the last fireworks show.
No, because they still have Hocus Pocus.
They will, yeah.
So
yeah,
you can't have two stage shows. So this must be the fireworks show.
yeah. So that'd be awesome. That got me on board. Like that's different enough for me to get excited about it. I mean, we'll see how good it actually is when I watch it this year. But
yeah, maybe when they say state of the art projection effects, they're not kidding. It's actually
maybe they've
state of the
updated
art.
something. Yeah, maybe they've changed something.
I don't know.
State of the art, and they just like sprinkle water on the guests. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. We'll find out, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Well, as far as attraction updates go for Magic Kingdom, looks like they're doing more of the live actors on Pirates of the Caribbean. Is this the same as the Villains After Hours Pirates, or is this a brand new? Are they gonna have Barbossa looking for Jack Sparrow and stuff like that?
Well, I don't know, because pretty much all we got from it was live pirates will interact with you in search of treasure.
Yeah.
Whereas the villains one didn't seem like they were in search of treasure. They seemed like
They're looking for Jack Sparrow, I thought.
yeah.
So
It's probably gonna be the same thing.
probably that'd be cool if it was a little different. I think that's such a good idea to have live actors.
It's
So,
super cool.
That was like my favorite part about the Villains After Hours.
Yeah,
if I had to
easily
change
the best
anything
part.
about the Villains After Hours we did, I'd say we should have ridden that ride more than like 3 times.
Yeah, same here. Yeah, so I definitely excited about that part. I even if it's the same exact thing, it's super cool. Having Barbossa, talk to you on the bridge is super fun. So
For sure. Yeah, I'm excited for that.
yeah. Then we got Mad Hatter, which
The teacups?
yep.
Oh, okay. Making sure.
Yeah. What is it called? Teacup Spin or something?
I just call it teacups.
Yeah.
So-
I guess I
Yeah.
always call it Mad Hatter. So.
Really? Do you just call it Mad
I
Hatter?
guess
That's
so.
funny. I always call it teacups.
But yeah, it's going to have special lighting and music that give it extra energy, whatever that means. So-
Yeah. So I think this is kind of a cool change, but it's a very like basic change. Like it's not like it's one of those. It's so simple, it's good. It's like it's so easy. Like why isn't this something they've been doing for years now?
Yeah.
Just changing the
I
music on
feel
stuff like the teacups.
I'm pretty sure they did it before.
Did they? Oh, okay.
That or it's at the Disneyland one. That's
Yeah.
what I'm thinking.
I
of.
mean,
It's
it
probably
could
at
have
the
been Disney
one.
World, because if I'm ever doing the Halloween party, the Halloween party at Disney World, I'm not gonna be like, yeah, walk onto teacups, you know?
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of other rides I'd rather get in line for if I'm at a Halloween party at Disney. So
For sure.
maybe I've just always walked by it. Maybe this is not new. Like, I kind of doubt I'll even do it this year.
Yeah, I can't remember if it's at Disney World or not because I'm pretty sure I went to the one in Disneyland and that's where it was happening for me. So
Gotcha.
it could be new here. But moving on, Space Mountain's gonna have lights off with hard rock music.
Okay.
So
That's probably that has to be better than the Villains one. I mean, for those that didn't watch the episode, we did the review of the Villains After Hours, and we both hated Space Mountain. What they did was they just had villain quotes blasting at you while you ride Space Mountain, and I just couldn't hear any of them. It was
Yeah.
just like,
We
you're on a
both,
roller
like-
coast, you can't hear anything.
like every once in a while you hear like a scream.
yeah,
maybe. Like,
and I
we
couldn't
couldn't
tell
even-
you whose scream it
Yeah.
was. Like,
It was really weird. We couldn't really tell anything apart. We didn't know who was talking
Yeah.
or what they were saying.
so. Music works great. Music and sound effects works great on roller coasters, but not on something on like Space Mountain, because there's no speakers on the actual coaster. There's speakers on Rock and Roller Coaster, like the actual vehicle, and that's why it works.
Well, there's one in Disneyland too. Disneyland has the speakers, which is why I like the Disneyland one better.
Mm-hmm.
It's just because like you have this like this music playing and you feel super cool going through it. And there's music playing in this one, but you can't really hear it very well.
Yeah. I mean, it's just background noise. I've never gone off of Space Mountain and been like, that was some good ambiance and
Yeah.
you know,
like I need to download the
it's-
soundtrack.
Yeah, if I listen to the soundtrack of Space Mountain, I guarantee you I wouldn't recognize any of the songs, or at least any of the songs that play when you're on the ride. You know.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So I mean, it's not like you can't really hear it.
Yeah. No, that's definitely my biggest issue with Space Mountain, and like. So I'm not like super excited with the lights off with hard rock music. It doesn't sound that appealing to me, but
Nah,
who knows?
I'll probably try it.
Yeah,
but, I mean,
of course. Well, even then though, there's so much stuff. Like I don't even know if I'd want to waste my time doing that. That's definitely going to be at the bottom of my list
Right.
when I go to this. Like,
yeah.
So I don't know. Hopefully it's cool. But then Monsters Inc.'s Laugh Floor is also getting in kind of an overlay.
A much needed semi update.
Yeah. So I guess a treat trail will lead into Monsters Inc. And then they'll talk about the Halloween holiday, and they're like super interested in that. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I suppose it makes sense. I mean, that's their whole deal. Or, I mean, at one point it was a whole deal to, like, scare people. So I can see them playing off of that. But,
yeah, makes sense to me. I mean,
yeah. I mean, that show, I haven't had a reason to go to that show in years. I mean, it's just, like, never... Every time I go on it, I'm just like, this is, like, the same as last... They just do the same jokes, you know?
yeah. Like, hello,
They pick on
humans.
they pick on a different hairy guy every time. Like they'll always.
Oh, yeah.
But like other than that, like, it's just like the same thing. So, I think they're trying to get people to come. That makes sense for an overlay. You know, they're trying to get people to soak up into different attractions. So that's probably good.
Yeah. No, I think it makes total sense. Like, I mean, I'd go to it.
Yeah,
Let's see what's up
I
with
might
it.
go to it too.
Yeah.
So.
All right, cool. And then Disneyland also has an update to
Disneyland or
Disney World. Sorry, excuse me. Has an update to its Christmas time. Very Merry Christmas Party.
Mm-hmm. Which same thing as a Halloween party. I mean, I haven't really had a reason to go in years, so.
Yeah. So this sounds interesting. It seems like Minnie Mouse is going to be kind of the head of this Christmas party now.
Yeah, that's cute.
Yeah, I'm down. It's going to be Minnie's Wonderful Christmas Time Fireworks. That's going to be the fireworks show. Minnie Mouse will celebrate the magic of Christmas with melodies of beloved holiday songs from Joy to the World and Deck the Halls to Up on the Housetop and We Wish You a Merry Christmas. So
Sounds
specifically
pretty
those
basic.
songs. Yeah.
This is a projection show like the Halloween one will be. Yeah, I mean, doesn't say that on the article I was reading, but I kind of assume.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's the same thing. Yeah, but yeah, I'm sure it'll be like good. Like the fireworks will be there, and no, it won't be like stingy on them. I'm sure.
Right.
Yeah, I think it'll be good.
Okay.
I'm excited. I
me
I like the idea of Minnie Mouse hosting something.
Yeah, for sure. I did too.
She deserves her due diligence. You know? But yeah, then they're gonna have a couple of attraction overlays as well.
Mm-hmm.
So when you get behind the wheel of Tomorrowland Speedway, you're gonna find yourself cruising a festive freeway filled with thousands of lights and stylized decor. So sounds cool.
Yeah. I mean, I won't go on it.
I'd probably go on it.
Maybe. I don't know. I just hate Speedway to begin with, and like them just throwing up like Christmas trees, just like won't make me get on that. Especially since it's even worse now since it reopened. They just shortened the track.
Yeah.
Like it's not like they've done anything cool to that ride recently. So maybe I'll try to get on it, but it's not going to be on my priority list. I'd rather ride Space Mountain with the hard rock music, you know?
Oh, really? See, I'd rather do the Speedway, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it
could be cute with like if they're playing Christmas music and stuff.
Yeah,
driving through.
It depends on what they do with it. Like if there's like one Christmas tree out there, and it's like okay.
I'm sure. Yeah, it'll probably be pretty good.
Yeah, I think it'll be fine. I don't think it's gonna be like amazing. Like I'm gonna be like I gotta go on this again, but
yeah,
I'm sure it'll be worth it to go at. Then we got the crew at Monsters Inc. Laugh Floors putting some ha 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 in their ho ho ho. So they have a new show for the Christmas party. So very similar to the Halloween party, I guess.
That's interesting that they did that twice. Like they just
Yeah, I mean that entire show is about like improvisation, and I feel like it's just been the same show. So it's like I feel like it makes so much sense to like be able to update it and like use it
for sure.
areas.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean Halloween makes more sense. I could see that directly involving the monsters being like, "Whoa, like we're scaring people. Like this is weird. I thought we weren't supposed to do that." But then I mean, even some Christmas, everybody's laughing, so that makes sense, like, for the monsters, because now they're making everybody laugh. Yeah, I don't know. Makes sense to me. And then, of course, Space Mountain gets an overlay. It launches you on a trippy jaunt through the cosmos, filled with dazzling lighting and high-energy holiday tunes. So, yeah.
Same thing.
Same thing. Until they can convince me that I'm going to be able to hear the music and the sound effects, I'm not interested in the Space Mountain ones as much.
Yeah, exactly.
But I'll go on this one. At least it's not pitch black.
Yeah, this sounds at least a little bit more interesting to me. Because like the other one, and the Halloween one, and they did this in the Villains After Hours too, is lights are completely off.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, lights are off in the normal version too. But at least there's enough lights that you can kind of see what's happening. Like, just barely, you know? When the lights are completely pitch black, it's like you might as well be closing your eyes riding Space Mountain. Yeah. You know?
No, exactly.
I mean, and you just can't see anything. You can't see like the space, the planets on the ceiling and stuff. You can't see like the disco ball reflections. Like it's not much, but at least it's something. Like just closing your eyes on a ride is like so boring. So
yeah.
So like for the Christmas one, maybe there's gonna be some color, you know? Maybe there's gonna be Christmas lights, and that will make it at least kind of interesting. So
yeah, I mean, Disneyland did an overlay, and they had like I can't remember what it's called. But it was like a scary overlay, right?
Oh,
and
yeah,
they had like projections, and it was cool. Yeah, I think you went on.
Yeah, I went on that. I loved it. Everyone else hated it.
Yeah, I mean, but they like even if you didn't like it, it's like they could do things like that, which it sounds like they're doing with like the dazzling lighting. You know, so hopefully they do like more than just shut off the lights.
Yeah.
Anyway, the Mad Tea Party in Fantasyland becomes a wild and wacky Christmas party as you spin your teacups to one of our 4 new holiday combos of lights and music. So, same thing.
Yeah,
I think...
I feel like they're, unless if this is an old thing, maybe they've done this before, but I just walk by teacups every time, so I wouldn't know. But I feel like they're just assuming it was a new thing. They had this idea of like, let's do this for Halloween. Like, we'll make it do Halloween songs and lights and stuff. And they're like, yeah, let's do that for Christmas too.
Yeah, it's easy, makes sense.
It is easy.
So.
I mean, it's not a bad idea. It's just like so simple. It's good. It's just like, why wouldn't you do that? That makes sense.
As well.
Yeah, exactly. It's not like it takes much effort.
Make things a little more interesting.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, that's all for those.
Yeah.
A little rough. I'm not like so familiar with the Halloween parties and Christmas parties.
Yeah,
so.
I love them. So I'm excited they're getting some much needed changes.
Yeah. I'm super excited. Super excited to go this year too. I'm going the 31st of October for the Halloween party. So
that's cool. Probably be busy.
It'll be busy, but it'll be neat.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
So let's just talk about some new perks added to Epcot for pass holders. Just quickly wanted to go through these. We don't have to spend like a ton of time on them. But it says here if you're a pass holder, you have reserved seating for an Out of This World concert series. So I guess a new series of concerts they're doing. You have reserved seating if you're a pass holder.
That's kind of nice.
Yeah. You also receive a 10% discount at Fife and Drum and Block and Hands. I don't know what those are. You know what those are?
No, I don't. I was hoping you knew. No.
I'm pretty sure they're in the American Pavilion, but I've never been there. So
an awesome news segment. It's like,
I know.
Yeah, reserved seating for this restaurant.
We don't know.
I was like I was like, please don't ask me. Please don't ask me what those are. Like, I have no idea what Fife and Drum and Block and Hans. Like,
I'm pretty sure those are like
Block and Hans German.
Oh, maybe. I'm pretty sure Fife and Drum is at the American Pavilion.
Yeah, I wouldn't know because I know the restaurant in
Don't
Germany.
quote me.
What's the name of the restaurant in Germany?
Beer
it's
Garden?
not. Yeah. Beer Garden. It's not Block and Hans. I don't know where that is. So I guess we gotta find out. 10% discount is a pretty good one.
Yeah.
You know? Save you $2.
Yeah, like that's kind of like weird that it's even saying this. I don't know. Like I don't get it.
Like why that's so important?
Like isn't it just a discount at like a restaurant? Like don't you get that normally anyway?
Restaurants, for
you
at merchandise. I don't go to restaurants enough, so
pass holders don't.
I mean, I have Megan as a cast member, so we always use her discount. So maybe there's an annual pass holder discount. I've never used it if there was, because I always go out to eat with Megan, so she'll have a discount.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, well, and then you can try a secret Sunshine Seasons treat. So if you go to Sunshine Seasons, you can be like, hey, I want the secret treat that I don't know anything about.
It's not a cupcake. It's like a cookie or something like that.
I don't know.
It's a secret.
Yeah, you don't know what it is. So you can go get that secret treat.
Okay.
You can also get a complimentary sweet treat at Coral Reef Restaurant. And there are special Disney PhotoPass opportunities. Like, I don't know. This is just like a weird...
I like the PhotoPass opportunities, though, because that's not like much, but it's kind of cool to have your own special... I mean, I guess it depends on what that is exactly. Like, where is it supposed to be? But, like, it's just kind of a nice little benefit, you know?
Yeah.
It's not much, but it's kind of nice.
I feel you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty quick. I don't know. Part of me is like, this is such a weird, like, news story, because I just feel like it's just, like, standard stuff you should get. But,
yeah.
I guess, like, the complimentary treats are cool.
For sure.
All right. So, now we're talking Marvel here.
Yeah. A lot of Marvel news dropped at San Diego Comic-Con this last week.
Yeah.
Like, a lot. So, They announced like 10 different projects over the course of the next 2 years, which is insane.
Yeah. They gave a lot of information on ones that we already knew about. So,
yeah. So
let's just get into it. The Eternals cast was announced.
Mm-hmm.
The Eternals, for those of you who don't know, they're a team of super-powered beings that were the original defenders of Earth before the Avengers in evolutionary times. So these, like, apparently Thanos is an Eternal. I don't know. That's what I keep hearing.
Yeah, I think I heard that,
I keep hearing Thanos was the first one we met. I don't really know. I don't know much about the Eternals. I know they're
Never
immortal.
heard of them before this.
But yeah, let me pull up the cast.
Mm-hmm. But I like that they're going for the B-listers, because you got stuff like that for Guardians of the Galaxy. I mean, no one knew who the Guardians of the Galaxy were, and now they're a household name. Kind of the same with Iron Man. I mean, Iron Man wasn't as bad as like Guardians of the Galaxy, but like no one really cared about Iron Man. Now he's like top 5 superheroes like on people's lists. So
I think they're gonna do a great job with these guys.
Yeah,
they sound really interesting and unique. Like I don't know.
If anything, these like B-list series are like better than characters we already know about,
for real,
because all of a sudden it's a new story no one's ever heard of. That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, everybody loves Guardians.
Yeah,
like Guardians blew up
and no one knew who they were before, so I think that's great.
Yeah, I mean, Marvel's just showing that it doesn't need a big name to be successful. It just needs to have good
you just
writing,
have a good movie.
Good movie.
Exactly.
So I just wanted to go through some of the casting for this movie here. So you have Angelina Jolie. She's like the lead in the Eternals. She plays Thena. So, take that as you will. I don't know anything about her.
Yeah.
The one I'm excited about, Richard Madden, plays Icarus. He played Robb Stark in Game of Thrones, and he's my favorite character in that series. So.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah, Robb Stark's the best. Salma Hayek plays Ajak. Camille Nanjiani plays Samurai Kingo. Lauren Ridloff plays Makari. Leah McHugh is Sprite. And Brian Tyree Henry plays
Fastos.
The anti-war Fastos. So, and then Don Lee plays Gilgamesh.
Okay, Don Lee.
Yeah, Don Lee. I know exactly who that is. No, I don't know anything about the Eternals. I'm not going to lie to you guys. So
no, I don't either.
I'm excited about it because it's like a fresh slate. They're going to do what they do, and I'm not going to have any pre-biases against it. I'm just going to be like, oh, that's who Icarus is. That's who Thena is. I get it. So yeah, I'm excited about that. Winter Soldier and Falcon. Super excited about this. They pretty much announced that it does follow the events after Endgame, and that Baron Zemo is involved.
The villain in Civil War.
Yeah, and that blows my mind. So apparently, for those of you who don't know Baron Zemo, he was a villain in Civil War, but they got rid of his like costume. His costume, he had like some purple hoodie thing over.
Yeah, his comic book design is actually like really freaking sweet looking.
Yeah, so. But for some reason they didn't use it in Civil War. Yeah. But apparently he's back in this series, so pretty cool. I like it. Like, kind of interconnects everything that much more. And
I never liked his character in Civil War all that much, but from the comic books, he's actually pretty freaking sweet. So I like the idea of bringing him back and making him a little cooler,
Yeah, for sure. So that's cool. Excited about that. I'm curious how Falcon's going to be holding the mantle for Captain America. If it's like him and Bucky are like teamwork to like fulfill that for him, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
or like
I could see that.
If it's going to be kind of like a coming into the shield kind of moment for Falcon, and Bucky has to like help him get there, or maybe Falcon doesn't need any help. Maybe he's fine. I don't know. Maybe it's just he's just gonna grab the shield and he's like, I'm Captain America now. Yeah,
I could totally see it being the direction you're saying. Kind of like how Spider-Man was in Far From Home, where he just all of a sudden has this legacy to live up to. And Iron Man, I'm sure Falcon would feel the same way. Didn't he say the same thing like end of Endgame, where he was saying like feels like I'm wearing
Well,
someone else's like shoes, or something
yeah,
like
yeah.
that. So like I feel like he's gonna have to grow into that role, and he's probably not gonna be confident right away, which is where Winter Soldier comes in. Bucky's gonna help him with that, and I like the idea of that.
Yeah, and I actually like that Bucky's staying kind of his own thing. I kind of wanted Bucky to be Captain America, but I like Falcon as Captain America too, so I didn't really care that much.
Yeah.
Even, if they made Bucky Captain America, then it would have been pretty weird because he's like
a terrorist.
terrorist.
In the Marvel universe.
Makes way more sense for Falcon to be.
Yeah, yeah.
So I like Winter Soldier being his own and Falcon being his own thing.
I do too.
And I think this could be a pretty good series. So I'm excited about it. See how it all interconnects with the movies and stuff too. I don't know.
For sure.
The next series they talked about was WandaVision.
Mm-hmm.
And this one, I might be the most excited for.
Really? I was gonna say I'm most excited for Winter Soldier and Falcon.
I'm really excited for Winter Soldier and Falcon. That's definitely like my first or the second. I can't decide. But like WandaVision, I'm like just sold on. I don't know. They kept saying how weird it was going to be during the conference. They were like, "This is going to be weird, guys. Don't expect this to be normal. This is going to be super strange." And I like that idea.
Mm-hmm.
That it's just like, I don't know. We don't know that much about it, but I just, if they say it's weird, it's probably weird, and I'm all down for the weird. So
Me too. I feel like at this point in the game, they recognize that they have they have the ability and to create something out of the ordinary. They don't need to play it safe anymore.
Yeah.
If anything, they can't, because if they play it safe, people are gonna eventually stop going to these movies, but they're not gonna. Like, I think this tells us that they're gonna branch out. Like I said, they're gonna be making a horror movie. That's crazy.
Yeah.
So like, I'm really excited to see that. They're gonna branch out. They're gonna experiment, which is awesome.
Yeah.
There's not enough experimenting in like the movie industry right now.
Yeah.
Especially from like Disney. So it's like
Yeah.
awesome to see like we're getting this from Marvel.
Yeah, exactly. Like the blockbusters are like pretty standard. Like,
Yeah.
same
And
thing.
any AAA blockbuster that comes out is a like the same movie.
Yeah.
So I like to see something like Marvel like deciding to lead by example and making something different and unique. And I'm hoping that's going to make other companies realize they need to do some risk,
Yeah, for sure. I watched a video about somebody talking about WandaVision, and they were talking about this theory they had, except I thought this was announced, so I got like really excited, right?
Oh, okay.
So apparently this wasn't announced. This was just a theory they had. But they were talking about how like Wanda could be put into like barf or like the reality changing thing
From Spider-Man and Civil War.
Spider-Man and Civil War. The machine that Tony Stark announces in Civil War. And basically when Wanda's in that machine, she like tries to like bring back Vision or whatever, but with her mind and her powers, it like gets warped or whatever, and she can't like change reality from Vision.
Yeah.
So to speak. So it just becomes like this crazy thing that she can't like stop. And I don't know. I just thought that sounded really cool. But apparently that's not an actual thing, as far as I'm aware. I haven't seen it actually announced anywhere. So I think that was just a theory the guy had. But I thought it was cool. So,
yeah.
And it just made me start thinking of all the possibilities that WandaVision could be. And I was like, I think this will be pretty interesting. And then WandaVision also directly ties into Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, which is the brand new horror movie that we're going to get. So the Doctor Strange sequel is going to tie in with WandaVision. It's going to be a horror movie. It sounds pretty weird and cool.
And
So
the title, probably the best title out of any of the MC movies ever. Like,
Yeah.
it's like the most comic booky title, that we've
fair.
gotten. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Isn't that legit? like I love it. Like they're accepting that they're comic book movies and they're just making these weird titles. And I'm into it. That's awesome.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, the title did sell me a little bit on it.
It instantly got me excited.
Multiverse
That's awesome.
of Madness. Like, yeah, I don't know. It could be anything. It sounds exciting.
Mm-hmm.
That's coming out May 7th, 2021. I like that they're tying it in with the TV show. Like, I don't know. I think they're doing some cool stuff, so I'm excited.
For sure.
The other movie that was announced, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings.
Mm-hmm.
Coming out February 12th, 2021.
Same as the old Eternals. Don't know who Shang-Chi is.
Yeah, I played a Marvel mobile game, and he was in there, but he was pretty bad. So I didn't use him.
Your hopes for this movie aren't too high.
But it sounds kind of cool. They're going to have the Mandarin come back as the villain.
Which is cool.
Yeah. So, and like Tony Stark. Or
Iron Man 3.
Tony Stark 3.
Iron
Man 3, there was the Mandarin, but it was like this bait and switch Mandarin where he was just like faking himself as the Mandarin. So it wasn't like the Mandarin everybody wanted. So I guess he's going to be in Shang-Chi, which is pretty interesting.
Yeah, I think that's cool. I remember people being super upset that the Mandarin wasn't like the real Mandarin in Iron Man 3. So I think it's cool that they're bringing it back. As soon as this, Tony Stark died, I assumed, well, guess they're not doing Mandarin anymore, but they're doing it for Shang-Chi instead. So that's cool.
Yeah, I mean, I'm down. As far as I'm aware of Shang-Chi, he doesn't have any superpowers, but he's like peak martial artist.
Is that what it is?
That's what I
pretty
understand.
rad. Okay. I always assumed he was like an Iron Fist type.
Yeah,
So.
he's like Iron Fist, but like better at martial arts and no Iron Fist.
That's cool. I'm into that.
Yeah, so I think he could be pretty cool. I'm excited about him.
Mm-hmm.
Next show, Loki. Don't worry, there's a lot more left. This one, Tom Hiddleston reprises his role as Loki as the 2012 version where he steals the Tesseract in Endgame.
So totally predicted this. I totally I saw this coming, but like I remember when they first announced this show, and it was between Infinity War and Endgame, and I remember just instantly being like, I hope that it's like a prequel story, because I love the idea that Loki died in Infinity War.
Yeah.
I love the idea that he died. I felt like that finished his arc perfectly. So I was just like, please don't bring him back to life in Endgame and then just give him an entire TV show. I thought that was so dumb. And then we watched Endgame, and Loki got the Tesseract, and whenever Tony Stark and Captain America went back in time, he grabbed the Tesseract and then warped out. And as soon as that happened, I was like, that's where the TV show's taking place. That's perfect. Because this is like peak Loki, where he's still like the bad guy.
Yeah.
So we're going back and exploring his mindset at that time period. And we're seeing where Tom Hiddleston is Loki. But it's not affecting his arc, because it's like an alternate universe Loki that is in, some different time dimension, or however you want to put it. I don't know.
Yeah.
So it's perfect. Like, it doesn't mess the character up for me to know that he is going on these wacky adventures. So yeah. I am stoked.
Like, what a good way to keep Loki in the cinematic universe,
Yeah,
like,
I like it.
It's kind of a cop-out, but, like, I'm down.
That's
it's
fine.
a superhero movie,
For sure,
it's a superhero.
for sure. It's a show. It's just...
Yeah.
It's not even, like... I mean, unlike WandaVision, it's not even going to be necessary reading for the MCU, I feel like.
Maybe.
Yeah, who knows? But I didn't get that impression. So
yeah, I liked what Tom Hiddleston said in the conference, where he was like, this Loki just got, like, slapped around by the Hulk. That's the Loki you're getting. Like,
yeah.
He got captured, he lost, he's mad, like...
That's cool.
So...
I hope we get maximum bad guy Loki.
Yeah,
like I want to go back to the Loki in his prime, where he was just a jerk. Yeah. Because I loved Loki up until the end. Don't get me wrong. I like the idea that he became a good guy in the end.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He was a lot more fun as a villain. You know, I enjoyed him as a villain more than anything. So I'm super stoked we're gonna see more of that.
Yeah. No, yeah, he's one character that's just stayed so consistent throughout the like entire MCU that everybody loves him.
Right.
So I'm glad they were able to keep him. Okay. Animated series. What If?
Yep. So this is the MCU's first animated series, going to be a cartoon, and it's going to be focused on what if stories in the Marvel universe. So like, it's going to be things like, well, like the pilot episode is going to be about Peggy Carter and if she got the super soldier serum instead of Steve Rogers. So something like that.
Yeah.
I think that's cool.
I've never read them, but like everybody loves the What If comic series.
Oh, is there I didn't even know there was a comic series.
Yeah, it's based on like
awesome.
a comic series.
Oh,
so
okay,
it's
cool.
It can be like anything you want. Like what if instead of Peter Parker getting bitten by the spider, maybe it was the bully. Flash.
Yeah.
Maybe it was Flash, you know? Like and now he's Spider-Man. What happens? Like So I don't know. It sounds really cool. It's apparently some touch on the MCU universe and some don't. Some are just their own unique stories that
I
don't
could see that, yeah.
have any relation to the MCU. But some are going to have relationship to the MCU. So,
Cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Off the top of your head, are there any ideas that you would want to see them do the what if story for? Just off the top of your head. I don't even know if I have anything.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I don't have anything off the top of my head.
Yeah, I mean, I like the one you had about Flash Gordon. Is that confirmed, or is
I
that
think
just
that
an idea?
not for the series, but I think that's happened
That's a
before.
comic book? Oh, sure.
Yeah, so
okay.
I'm pretty sure like a ton of things have happened in these. Like, yeah, people love these ones.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. I like the idea of it. I don't blame them.
Yeah, it should be cool. New Hawkeye series was announced. So this was brand new. We didn't know about this one. Hawkeye is apparently returning as Ronin and training Kate Bishop to take over the Hawkeye mantle.
And is that his daughter, Kate Bishop?
So that's where, like, it's weird because I feel like it's not.
Oh, okay. I just assumed it was his daughter.
See, that's what I was thinking too, but I'm pretty sure his daughter's named something else
okay.
in the MCU.
Interesting.
Yeah. But yeah, it should be interesting. I'm wondering why he's returning as Ronin. I'm not really sure.
As far as I know, or at least what I gathered from it, is that it's telling stories of his time as Ronin. That 5 years.
Is that what it is?
So I think it's going to be a story, kind of like if anyone ever saw season 1 of Arrow. Did you see Arrow? Oh, okay. He kind of the origins of Arrow is that he gets stranded on an island and he learns to survive, and then he gets back home like 5 years later or something like that. So throughout the course of season 1, he's having flashbacks of his time on the island while he's like in like New York City or wherever that show takes place, and he's like, you know, solving crimes and all that jazz. So it's kind of like giving a back, like it's like, you know, present day flashback. It's kind of like that. So I'm expecting something like that with Ronin.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds cool.
Yeah, I like the idea of that.
Yeah, I'm down with that.
Okay. Still got more. Don't worry. Almost done.
Couple more.
All right.
Okay, this was a huge announcement. I think blew like everybody's minds.
Blew my mind.
Thor: Love and Thunder was announced.
Also a good name.
Yeah, right. Very metal.
Yeah,
metal album name. Natalie Portman is coming back as Jane Foster, but she's going to take the mantle as female Thor. And yeah, I feel like a lot of people are excited. Mm-hmm. I feel like actually more people are excited than not excited about this, but I think a lot of people have hate in their hearts for Natalie Portman because of the previous movies or whatever. So yeah, I'm excited that they're keeping everything normal and Natalie Portman's coming back.
Yeah.
And she's Jane Foster, you know, just matches the comic books. So
I know I always have a problem with Natalie Portman because I feel like I just get this impression that she's a really good actor, but like I feel like if she just gets a role that she doesn't care for, she just phones it in. Like you can tell she doesn't care.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and that makes me mad because I feel like a good or respectable actor would do their best for a role that they're given. I don't like the idea that they're just like get sick of, like, you know, Okay, elephant in the room, freaking Padme, you know,
Yeah.
and then Jane Foster and Thor too. Like I feel like she didn't give a crap in those movies, so especially like Revenge of the Sith and Thor 2, like specifically. So like I just get annoyed with her for that, because she's obviously a good actress, because she's done good movies and had good roles. So like that's my thoughts on Natalie Portman. I'm happy she's back, especially I think I think the fact that she's back is telling us that she has interest in the role. So she'll do a good job. I don't think she'd come back if she didn't want to do it,
Yeah. No, I totally agree. I feel like I feel like there's like something we're missing about like why she wasn't in Ragnarok, and like why they like cut her out.
Yeah.
Between 2 and Ragnarok. I don't know if there is like she felt like she was underappreciated, or she just wasn't given enough to do, or like what it was, but I feel like there's something we're missing there, and apparently they're making it better and giving her
an entire role. I mean, if she's going to be female Thor, that's probably not a one movie thing. She's probably going to be a staple for a while, I imagine.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah. I don't know. I'm down. I like that they're trying to get more female characters into the MCU, because that's definitely something the MCU has lacked a lot on.
Definitely.
They killed their only female character, basically, in Black Widow.
Yeah.
So it's like they need to start bringing some people in here.
Yeah. It is super funny.
Or at least the original Avengers.
Mm-hmm.
But speaking of Black Widow.
Yeah. Good segue.
That is a new movie announced, Black Widow, and it is going to be in between Civil War and Infinity War.
Yeah, I remember when she like was in Endgame, where she was threatening to throw herself off the cliff for the stone and blah blah blah, and the entire time it was happening, I was just like, dude, she's fine. She's got a movie coming soon. Yeah. Like, we've known about this movie for years, and then she died, and they're like drilling it into us like the rest of the movie, like, she's dead. We looked for her when we tried to stab. She's gone. And I was like, dude, chill out. There's a movie coming soon.
Coming back.
Yeah, remember how Spider-Man died last movie? Yeah. Far From Home is coming out soon. It's fine. Nope, she's dead. Like, even after the movie came out, they were like, no, guys, we're serious. She's not coming back. So they're making a prequel.
Yeah, I like it. I do
too. I'm stoked that she stayed dead, because I like the idea when characters die, they die,
Yeah, I mean, and Marvel could get away with like keep reviving people over and over again. They do that all the time. Yeah. So
have they done that in the movies though? At all?
Not in the movies.
Okay, I was just curious.
In the comics, I'm pretty sure.
In the Marvel, in the Marvel comics, they do it like it's nobody's business. Yeah, I was just curious if that ever happened in the movies.
I don't think so.
Forgot about.
Yeah, I mean, Quicksilver's been dead for a while now. So
yeah. I was wondering when he would come back. He never did.
Yeah. But the Black Widow movie sounds pretty cool. I like they go back to Budapest, which is kind of funny to me.
Yeah.
Well, she goes back to Budapest.
Mm-hmm. I'm stoked.
It's like now we're finally getting what Budapest was. All the way from the Avengers.
That's hilarious.
But like probably the thing I'm most excited about is the villain for this movie.
I'm so excited for Taskmaster.
Yeah, so
I love Taskmaster.
So Taskmaster is the villain, and for those of you who don't know, he basically has like photographic memory for his reflexes.
Yeah, isn't that sweet? I think that's legit.
So, yeah, so if he watches a Jackie Chan movie, he can like replicate what Jackie Chan does, basically.
Yeah.
The only downside to him is that he doesn't have super strength or anything like that. So if he sees somebody, lift up a car, he's not going to be able to lift up the car. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of his downside. But he sounds super cool and like the perfect villain for like a Black Widow.
Yeah, right. That's awesome. I'm so excited.
Yeah, I think it sounds super cool.
Yeah, I hope they do in a way that it's a prequel, so like I want the ending to happen and like mean something for the future of the MCU. Because if it's just going to be a one-off story where Black Widow goes through the steps of a 3-arc movie and beats Taskmaster in the last 30 minutes of the movie, he dies. I want this to mean something for the future of the MCU. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I don't want just a one-off prequel story. So
Yeah.
I'm hoping either maybe Black Widow loses and Taskmaster gets away, and then all of a sudden you're like, this Taskmaster guy is on the loose,
Yeah.
all of a sudden for the rest of the MCU we're wearing like, no one ever took care of that guy. When's he gonna pop up again? Something like that,
Yeah, that would be interesting. I highly doubt that's going to happen. I feel like they're just going to be a one-off movie.
I think so too, but I like the idea of like something happening and like we're like, crap, like this guy's out there somewhere,
Yeah, that's something the MCU does a lot, where they just kill off their villains, and I don't know why they do it
so much, dude. I hate it when they kill off their villains, like Mysterio, assuming he actually died. Yeah. I was so mad that they killed him off, but maybe he's not. Maybe he's not actually dead. Maybe
I have a feeling he's not dead.
I hope not. I'm hoping.
Yeah, we'll find out, I guess.
Yeah, for sure.
And last but not least, they announced Blade.
Yep.
Which is pretty cool.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Awesome. Like bringing in vampires to the MCU.
Yeah,
I have no problem with that.
Everybody loves Blade too.
Yeah.
Like I feel like every time I hear about somebody talking about Blade, it's just like they're super excited about it. I've never seen it, but they, black superhero. So
yeah,
Black Panther did really well, and I don't know if people are realizing like, oh, as long as it's a good movie,
that's all it takes.
We don't need to have
we didn't have a Black Panther or Black Widow movie for so long because I can't remember the guy's name, but there's a higher up guy in Marvel Studios that was not greenlighting any of these projects because no one would ever see a movie with a black male lead. No one would ever see a movie with a female lead, which is garbage opinion. Like, holy cow.
Yeah.
Like, if it's just a good movie, it's fine.
Yeah.
So, like, and they will be because that guy's not in that position anymore. So, we're good. We're getting good movies like Black Widow and Blade, and I'm sure they're going to be great.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Yeah. So, screw people with opinions like that. That makes me so mad.
Yeah.
Like, we want the basic white bread leads, like, for the rest of, like, dude.
Yeah, like Captain America did his time. We all love Captain America, but
yeah,
we can get some fresh blood in there.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So yeah, I'm super excited about it. I'm
too.
excited about like all of these. These are all super cool. Like Disney Plus can't come soon enough.
Yeah. Did we really explain what Blade actually was, though?
Oh,
we didn't
no,
really talk about like for
it.
those. I mean, basically, Blade is a vampire hunter.
Yeah.
And so like there's not, I don't know much more than that, but like I feel like that's all you really need to know for a story about this guy, bringing in vampires to the MCU and kind of, I wouldn't mind if this kind of went like the horror route as well, kind of like the Doctor Strange movie, kind of made it like a little creepy. Like,
well, I actually thought this was the horror movie everybody was talking about.
Yeah, me too.
I thought Blade was, but I guess it was Doctor Strange.
Yeah, I really hope they don't do like a tiptoe, and I'm sure they will. But I hope for this movie they don't do a tiptoe around vampires, and they're like, oh my gosh, these guys aren't really vampires. They're actually like aliens that are on Earth, something like that. Kind of like how they, I mean, I just want them to be vampires, I don't want them to like tiptoe around the idea that vampires have been on Earth for a while now and this guy's gonna take care of them. Like, does that make sense?
Yeah.
I don't want them to make up some BS reason why there's vampires in this world. There's vampires in this world. You don't need to explain it beyond like a basic, everyone knows what vampire is. Just keep it at that.
Yeah. I feel like they'll do a good job
I hope so.
explaining it too.
I hope so.
I feel like they've been doing such a good job explaining things in the MCU, or like not explaining what doesn't need to be explained for the most part.
100%.
Just like Peter Parker. Like, we got it. He's got powers.
Yeah.
We don't need to like go through the Uncle Ben again.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I don't know. You have any last thoughts?
I don't think so. None of these look bad to me. I'm excited. I'm excited for every single one.
Yeah, I think so. I can't think of one that. Let's see. The Eternals, I don't know anything about. Winter Soldier, I'm excited for. WandaVision, I'm excited for. Shang-Chi, I'm excited for. Loki, Doctor Strange, What If, Hawkeye. Hawkeye might be the one I'm least excited about, but like that one can
Even
change.
then, yeah.
Like I'm like,
For sure.
like I'm still excited about it. Like it's just probably the one I would say at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
These are all good.
Cool.
I'm super excited. If you can't tell. Awesome.
All right. Well, I don't think we have much time for the top 5, so that'll probably be something we talk about next week.
Yeah. So next week will be our top 5 underrated attractions.
Yep.
This Marvel news definitely creeped in, and we had to talk about it. So
Yeah.
so much.
It was too much to just leave it in the news. So.
Yeah. So, all right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it. And as always, Kwaherini.